Sorry we're late. We were having technical difficulties. I hope the internet's coming in good. We were having trouble with our internet, so we apologize for being late. I'm sorry about that. That's my fault. I got a comment, so we're going to start from the beginning. Go to the comments up there.
There. Okay.
Well, as she's looking at the comments, and again, I apologize about being late. It's our internet. We have internet trouble out here big time. Today I did some scavenging. Today's garbage day. And so I just want to go over a few items that you can keep in mind, because these things are going to be useful. This is a mason jar. I'm going to clean this up real good. And it's a mason jar. We know how to can stuff. It's a good way to preserve virtually any kind of food. I found a whole garbage can of these that someone was throwing away, and there's nothing wrong with them. Scavenging is a big part of survival. And again, I apologize for starting late. I thought it was 7. I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry. Also, I thought it was 7:30 instead of 7. So I do apologize for us being late.
It will not happen again. It was a miscommunication between both of us. And as I was scavenging, I come across this barbed wire that someone was throwing away. This I use for security. There's many ways to use barbed wire as security. I'll make a video on that. But barbed wire is hard to get through, and it will really slow someone down. Get snagged up on their clothes. There's a lot of uses for security for barbed wire. And I can get to it. This is copper. It was just getting thrown out. I get enough of this, I can take it to the scrap yard. But this right here is a couple of dollars. That's a small bag of beans. I will convert this to cash and buy a couple of bag of beans or whatever I can get with it. It's free money. Someone was literally just throwing it away. We were talking about snares. Someone was throwing this wire away. It's kind of stiff for snare wire, but I can still make it work. I will use this to make snares. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And I got this all out of what people just had sitting on the side of the road for the garbage man to haul off. Now, it's not stealing. Once someone puts something out in the garbage by the road, that becomes public property. So remember that, don't put anything in your garbage that you don't want someone to see, because once you put it out by the road, it is public property. And this is going to make great snare wire. And there's a lot of it here. This probably cost quite a bit. And I do not know why someone would throw this away. Well, obviously they broke it, but you know how much a good axe. This is a good one. Look how big it is. This, to me, this is gold. I just got this handle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sharpen this handle down and fit it in here. And now I have me an axe. And I just scavenged it. Someone was throwing it away. That's actually, I can't believe someone would just throw that away. That is a great axe head.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is, Robert. And
this lawnmower blade, someone was just throwing it away. Now, I could sell this for just scrap metal, But I'm going to sharpen it and use it for a cutting tool. Basically, since I have been watching The Walking Dead, this could be used for many things. Sharpen it, use it like for a machete, wrap some Gorilla Tape or make a handle. There's so much I can repurpose this for. I can heat this up and beat it down flat and make a good knife out of it. And that's the scavenging part. As a survivor, scavenge. That's a big part of survival. Now I don't have to buy an axe. I'm just gonna cut wood to fit in that. That's a big one. I bet somebody paid a lot of money for this one. So whoever threw that away, you big dummy.
And it seems very old.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Back when things were made right.
Yeah. But somebody was just throwing it away. I don't understand it. Hey, but lucky for me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, go to the questions.
Okay. Well, it looks like Robert, he was actually on time, unlike us.
We're so sorry. I tried to tell her it was at 7 o'clock. She wanted to argue with me.
And I thought I had put it for 7:30 because the past 2 days we did 7:30. So that's where I got mistaken from. But it looks like Robert was amusing himself trying to make
never argue with a woman. You'll never win that. I told her it was 7. She said 7:30. Okay. Oh, and these binoculars, they are broken, but I'm going to take them. They still work. They just don't zoom in. I'm going to take these apart. I'm making a homemade crossbow, and there is one good side to this, and I'm going to mount that on top of the crossbow and make a very thin X with some tape, and that is literally going to be my scope for a crossbow. Like I said, people just throw stuff away. People are throwing stuff away that in the future, in my opinion, what people are throwing away now, people will be killing people for in the future. That's just my opinion. I've been in other countries and I've seen people that were proud to show me a home they built out of cardboard with a dirt floor. When I was in Bosnia, when it was real bad over there, they were literally cutting grass, drying it out, milling it up, and with water, making it into bread, baking it, and eating it. So, yeah, that's a survival tip. You can make bread out of grass. I've seen them do it. And they were happy to eat it. And, everything over there that we fixed, I was over there as a contractor. It seemed like everything that we fixed, NATO come up behind us and blew it all up. I don't understand a lot of things. NATO wants this war. I don't trust NATO. Okay, let's get to some questions.
Okay, I'm just seeing a lot of people talking with each other.
Yeah, we're way behind, so she's trying to catch up on there.
Okay, what is your take on live traps after SHTF is years into it? Most of the deers and other stuff will be killed out, or the numbers will be very low.
That is true. Because of hunters nowadays, there's more wildlife now in America to hunt. Even I see it. When I was young, where I go hunting, there was way less deer then than there is now. which that's kind of strange, but food supply will be limited. That's why I will eat anything that will not make me sick. You know, trap what you can. You know, it's really going to be an opportunist. You know, whatever you can find that will not make you sick, eat it. I already do that. You know, she knows I don't throw nothing away. I got a pot that I cook out of that I just keep putting stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time I put something in there, it tastes better and better and better. And I just recook it, and that keeps it good.
Yeah. A newer question is there a specific book you'd recommend on foraging? We need to dig that one out.
I need to dig one out. There was a lady that was on this show alone. I have a whole library. It's just in this bunker. I got so much stuff in here. It's when she puts something up,
he can never find it.
I can't find it.
And it's right where it should be.
Where she thinks it should be.
Everything has its place.
If it's where it should be, I would be able to find it.
Well, then why?
Okay, well, then why come you don't have it right now? Anyway.
Because I forgot.
Oh, she forgot the specific place where it's supposed to be.
No, I forgot to get it out.
Oh, okay. We'll keep the domestic disputes off of YouTube.
Okay, sounds good. Okay,
I can't find nothing. She puts it up, and I can't never find it.
You can't find your own stuff when you put it up. You asked me where you put it.
That's because you put it up where I can't find it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, any advice on securing 15 acres of property? We don't have the money for security cameras, fences, or stuff like that.
Dogs.
That snare wire stuff.
Yeah.
Snare wires and aluminum cans with rocks or pennies or something in them.
Trip wires.
Yeah, there you go.
Run you some trip wires and have it. I like to use wind chimes. It just makes a certain sound that I can hear. Now you can use beer cans with rocks in them and run it from tree to tree to tree and ultimately have it run to a beer cans that bang together. I like to use wind chimes. I can hear it better. And just make a perimeter and have the string, whatever string you use. I like to use clear fishing line. That way they can't see it that well. Now, if you want something that's going to last, and if it's acreage, that green spider fishing wire, that stuff is so strong, but you got to be careful because it will cut you. But it works great also. And just hook stuff up to it. Just a primitive alarm system. I like going primitive. It's more reliable. It's time tested. Like, an AR. If you're shooting an AR, if it's not spitting oil in your face, it's probably going to jam. But if you got an old Winchester or an old Henry lever action, it's not going to jam. And you can have, and I got nothing against ARs, okay, at all. But an old Henry, lever action, old cowboy style, I have never had one of those jam on me.
Okay, going back to the axe, I believe, Paradise said good bit of society is too lazy to fix things.
Yeah, and their loss is my gain.
Okay.
Their loss is my gain. I'm going to repurpose that, and I'll show the finished product. It'll look like a brand new axe. Or I could turn it into a zombie apocalypse weapon. Now that I've been watching that show, it's gave me some great ideas.
And then Robert said the big stew pot is never empty.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
We're always putting stuff in there. I put some squirrels in there. She don't know. But anyway, now she does.
Yeah, you like that squirrel dinner I made you one time.
Normally she kind of,
Squirrel and rice.
yeah. Or if I put rabbit in there, because she loves pet rabbits, but it all tastes good. And I like to hunt with a pellet gun when I'm not snaring. It's nice and quiet and accurate. I have a pellet gun that is actually stronger than a 22 rifle.
Um, Andrew said, asked your opinion on city versus rural survival and scavenging.
I'm a country boy. I do not do well in the cities. Now, there is a lot of wild edibles growing in the city, but there's a lot of contaminations in there. I feel safer in rural areas. I don't like being surrounded by a lot of people because I don't trust them. I trust myself, and some people have no choice. They live in the city. It is what it is. Me, I can't do it. I have to live in a rural area. I can't have a lot of people around me. It's honestly, with my PTSD, it's just an unsafe situation for everyone.
AH said, what do you do with your chicken bones after you eat the chicken? Do you use it for something? I read where you can make it into powder and mix it with water, and it's supposed to be healthy.
You can do that. I'll tell you what I do. Me personally, I break the bones open and I eat the marrow out of the bones. And then the leftover bone, the bone shell, I put that in my potting soil, and it's virtually bone meal. But yes, you can do exactly what you said. That yes, you can, and that is very healthy. I mean, they even sell it at the store now, bone broth.
And a lot of times we even, after the chicken is all done and everything, with the leftover bones, we'll even make an extra, boil them, and just even make a good chicken broth.
Yeah, or sometimes I never can pronounce it right. People make fun of me. I'll slip in some romaine noodles. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. I'll put some romaine noodles in there with that chicken broth.
Ramen.
Ramen. And it's really good, and it's very inexpensive. I'm not sure how healthy it is, but it's food. I have learned that eating unhealthy food is better than not eating at all if you're hungry. You know, it is what it is. Some people cannot afford it, this health. That's why I like to grow my own food. Most of the food we eat, I grow, but I do have a lot of that. How do you say it? Romaine, ramen. I do have a lot of that put back, for my survival food. And I found out to save space, if you crush it all up, I can get a big box of that stuff and crush it all up. And where it takes up a big old space, put it in a 1 pound bag. And it takes up way less space. And when I'm wanting something crunchy, like tater chips, I put the flavoring on them and I just eat them without cooking them. And it's like tater chips to me. I'm not saying that's healthy, but I do that. It hasn't killed me.
And Drake said, yes, squirrel is very tasty.
Yeah. Now, speaking of snares, okay, you seen the snare wire. Now, I'm just going to do a quick little idea here. See, animals, they are the ultimate survivalists. So they take the path of least resistance. The best way to make squirrel snares is, here's your tree. You prop a limb up against the tree and you put your snares here. And instead of the squirrel climbing up, they'll always go up that limb because it's easier. And that's where you put your snares. I'll actually show that in action, but I'm just telling you how to do it. You put your snares here and you prop it up against the tree. That's the best way to snare squirrels. They're lazy creatures because they don't want to burn calories when they don't have to. Okay, you reading some questions?
Nice. Definitely waiting on those videos.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Now I got the snare wire. So I was going to make them today, but man, we got some storms here. I've been rained in most of the day, kind of not happy about that because if I'm not doing something, I'm not happy. I get kind of anxious when I'm not able to go outside and do stuff. I do a lot of reading, watch a lot of YouTube, but I would rather be outside doing stuff. But at least I didn't have to water the garden today.
Yep.
Like, for instance, just, when you want something sweet, buy you a pineapple. She bought this pineapple, cut the top of it off right here, stick it in dirt, stick this top part in dirt, keep it watered real good, and it grows pineapples. So you buy one pineapple, you cut the top off, plant it in the ground, and you just bought a bunch of pineapples because it will keep producing year after year after year. And contrary to what most people think, pineapples grow above ground. So I just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. Okay, what's the questions? We're trying to keep up. We're so sorry for starting late. I so apologize for that. I told you 7 o'clock. I love it when I'm right because I'm usually wrong. When it comes to times. We're sorry, guys, about starting late. Like I said, if you put something in there we missed, just put it in the chat again. And if you have any valuable information, put it in the chat. And this is our channel. This is not my channel. This is not her channel. This is our channel. So if you have any good videos of prepping, any good videos, send it to the email and we will post them videos on this channel.
Which my email is in the description.
I will post the video on this channel. I can't see that.
I know. I was 12 gauge tripwire permit alarms. These have been modified with a 6-inch barrel so they can change from making noise to auto hunting systems during shit.
I've seen those. Those are awesome. I personally couldn't use one because if I hear a gun go off, if I hear that shell go off, I'm going to go in combat mode and it's going to end badly. If somebody accidentally sets it off, it's not going to be good. But yeah, that is a good idea. That's fantastic. I have actually seen those.
And then Ivy, your favorite way to preserve food, harvest, please? Canning, vacuum sealing, dehydrating?
It's all good.
What is your favorite?
My favorite is dehydrating because then you just add water and eat it. Canning is a process. Like this jar, I found a whole garbage can of these. You got to really make sure this thing is clean and sterile. So I got to really clean it because if there's any bacteria in this whatsoever and I can something in here, it can make you sick. So I'm going to scrub these out real good, bleach them down,
And then I'll boil them.
And then she'll boil them, and then we're going to can stuff in them. I literally found a whole garbage can. I was so happy. I couldn't believe someone would just threw that away. It was probably their grandmothers or something, and they just had no idea and just throwing it away.
And then, what is the hardest part of bouncing?
Dealing with the customers. There's always, a lot of people, there's some people that will come to a club just to start a fight with the bouncer. And my managers, they watch my channel, dealing with management. I've been doing it for so long, and then I'll have a manager that's in his mid-20s trying to tell me how to do my job. And I'm like, bro, you do your job, I'll do mine, So management really is a big problem. Because I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a long time. I hate it when someone tells me how to do my job. Well, unless they know, but I've been doing it longer than they've been alive.
Female customers?
Now I'll tell you, I got a good story about that.
Make it quick.
Okay, I thought I had it figured out. When a female customer would just go crazy, I would pick her up, put her over my shoulder, and just carry her out the door. I was doing that one time, and this girl bit me on my rear end so hard. I thought a Rottweiler done got a hold of me, and I was begging her, please, please let go. I'll put you down. I'll let you in next weekend for free. Just please let go.
Is that your most fun parts too, LOL?
Yeah, I enjoy my job. I really do. What I like about being a bouncer is I like protecting people. It's just my nature. I like taking out the bad guy and protecting the good guy or the good gal. There's always bad people in this world, and it's getting worse. I'm having to earn my money more and more and more. People are losing their minds. I do got it. Like I said, I think I know what's causing that, but I'm really not going to say.
And then females can be mean.
Never underestimate a woman. Most men don't view them as threats, and they can be very dangerous. Some of those girls where I work, I don't know how they do it, but they literally walk around all night with a razor blade in their mouth. But they do.
Okay. What is your favorite frog gig spear that you use to snatch frogs? I prefer a 3-inch prong.
Well, you can buy, there's a lot of them, but I make my own. I make my own frog gigs, and I usually just get a good stick, cut it 4 ways, stick something down in the middle so it makes that stick out, sharpen it, and then I'll just have to make one and show you how I do it. But I make my own. I don't like to buy anything unless I have to. But what you're using, that works great. That works great. I just have more joy out of making my own, and it doesn't cost anything.
And then raw honey is a good antibiotic.
Yes, raw honey is so good for you. That's why I don't store sugar at all, but I do store honey.
And then going and getting your local honey is really good because also you're in that area, and if you have any kind of allergy issues as well, buying local honey that is from your area is the best. Even
it helps with allergies. And you're supporting a local farmer, because you may be bartering with that person one day. And if you've already built a friendship, that's better to barter with someone that trusts you and you trust them. So I always, if I have to buy something like that, I get it from the most localist person I can. So we build that relationship for bartering.
Have you fished with a trout line?
Yes, I fished with a trout line ever since I was a kid. They work great. That is very effective.
Are you
What?
done? Are
What?
you done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello from Northeast Arizona. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
And then, is there a natural alternative to EpiPen? That's a good question.
That is a good question. The closest thing I know to it, and I'm sure is Benadryl. I'm not a
But
doctor.
that's not natural.
No, that's not natural, but I'm just saying
that I truly don't know.
I truly don't know that answer. If I did not have an EpiPen for someone, because that's a lifesaver, I would at least try giving them Benadryl. So if your life depends on an EpiPen, I would stock up on Benadryl, and I would stock up on EpiPens. Just go to the doctor and just tell them you had to use it. Just tell a story.
Allergic to Benadryl.
Well, I would
allergy to Benadryl.
I would go to a doctor and tell them whatever that, if it's peanuts or a bee sting, whatever you're allergic to that makes you use the EpiPen, I would just tell a doctor I had to use it. And I would do that every time I went to the doctor. That way I would have a pile of them. So when grid goes down, you have a pile of EpiPens that will save your life. Because if you need an EpiPen, that means that you have a serious allergic reaction to something. And that is a life and death situation. I would stockpile those. Even if I had to tell, I'm just going to say, if I had to lie to the doctor and say I had to use it, to where they'll give you another one. And every time I go to the doctor, man, doc, daggone, I got bit again, or I ate peanuts again, whatever it is, and have them give me another one, and just keep doing that, and just pile up as many as you can, because your life's going to depend on that.
Mm-hmm.
Another question?
Go to Mexico for EpiPen.
Yeah, Mexico, you can get anything down there.
Ingredients, not enough of that.
Yeah, I got part of my bike group lives in Mexico, and they literally can just go into a pharmacy and buy Xanax without a prescription. And here, good luck getting that.
Ivy just said something for that one. Look up homeopathic tablets for that.
Yeah, always try to go natural. Like if you have anxiety, Valerian root instead of Xanax or Klonopin, Valerian root, that helps with anxiety. There's always a natural ingredient out there that will help, and it's more healthy. I do occasionally take benzodiazepam, which is Klonopin or Xanax, but most of the time the Valerian root handles it. So, I only take that stuff when I'm like really stressed out. Is there another question?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Well, scavenge what you can. Like I said, don't pass up on any opportunity. Seize the moment. You seen what I got just today. It was storming out there. Today is our garbage day here. And people are literally just throwing that stuff away.
And then Donald put in, if you want antibiotics, always order from a pet store online from Fish Aquariums. It's the same stuff you get from a pharmacy.
Yeah, I don't know if you can still do this or not, but I used to go to the feed store to get penicillin. I'm not sure if you can still do that or not, but I used to do that. I would just go to the pet store and get antibiotics for animals. And it's really the same thing. And it's good grade. It's pharmaceutical grade. Now, be careful. You don't want to go in penicillin shock. If you use too much penicillin, it will put you in penicillin shock. So you need to be careful playing doctor. You really need to study and know what you're doing, or you could harm yourself. Is there any more questions?
Robert said, how do you cook werewolf meat?
I feed those to the pigs.
Donald said exact same pills too. Oh.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You just figure out what the strength is on them. And, it works great. There's a lot of stuff that they give these animals that it's pharmaceutical grade. And you can get it over the counter. And honestly, anytime if I have to go to the doctor, I always make something up. Tell them, I'm not. I always trick them into writing me some antibiotics. And I put them back. And Jace Medical, I would do that if I was all of y'all. I would look up Jace Medical and order that. But anytime if I'm at the doctor, I always make up something where they'll write me a prescription of antibiotics so I can put the antibiotics back. Because in a grid down situation, what seems simple sickness now will be a life and death situation. And those antibiotics can be the difference between life and death. That is very important to have back. And keep it in a cool, dark area. It will make it last longer.
Ivy said hops, chamomile, ashwagandha, something are also great for stress.
Yes. A matter of fact, I just made me some stress tea.
I love that kind of stuff. Even if I'm not stressed, I just like the flavor of it.
I made me some stress tea and I sweetened it with honey.
And
that's what I'll be drinking to help me sleep.
And then, where was I? Donald said fish. Is it Max or Mox? Mox 500 milligram.
Yeah. I seen that stuff at Walmart.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
I seen that at Walmart before.
Robert, 12 gauge tripwire, permanent alarms with 3-inch barrel of cayenne pepper, direct aim at face height. They'd be howling real loud.
Yeah, they would. Now, if it was that, right now, yeah, I would do that. But when the grid goes down, I would put buckshot in there. I'm just saying.
And fishy moxicillin.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I would stockpile that. I recommend everyone here to read these comments and stockpile those antibiotics. That's going to be important. And also learn herbal solutions. Study old Chinese medicine. That's the only thing about China I like is they've been practicing natural medicine for thousands of years.
Yeah, they have. AH said, I love honey just straight out of the bottle.
Yeah, it's really good.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, she's got a sweet tooth. As you can see, I've had a lot of my teeth knocked out fighting. In Thailand is when I got my front teeth knocked out. It is what it is.
Bobby said catnip tea.
I'm open for anything, that'll work.
Oh, it's also, Robert put in that catnip tea is good for stomach ache.
I will try that. See, that's the kind of stuff I love you guys and gals putting in the feed. We can learn from each other. That's what this channel's for. If y'all want to discuss current events, I will. But we all know the world is falling apart right before our eyes. So this kind of information It's what's going to save us. It really is. Knowing this stuff, I would be taking notes. We're taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
Take notes, because one day the internet will be down. And if you don't remember it, it really helps if you have it written down.
And then Ivy said, I order antibiotics from Valley Vet online, and they shipped to me.
Okay, everybody read that in there. That's
From
great.
Valley Vet.
Thank you for that information, because I am doing my best to stockpile antibiotics. I have a lot of grandchildren. And, I'm going to need that stuff for them. Now, personally, unless I'm dying, I don't take antibiotics. The less you take antibiotics, the stronger your body gets. But there will be times when you have to take them or you will die. That's the only time I will take them. Every time I go to the dentist, my tooth, I get them to write me antibiotics. Anytime I go to the doctor, I make up some excuse. I got an earache. I get them to write me antibiotics. She knows it.
Yeah, I was reading a comment
and I just put it up.
Robert got a werewolf with the pepper last week. Swore he would call the police. LOL.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. And you were polite about it, At least it wasn't a 45 caliber to the face.
Couldn't even see me.
That stuff works great. I use a lot at my work. I'll tell you another good one too, is get you a good flashlight. You shine that flashlight. I have video on that. You shine that flashlight in somebody's eyes, a good tactical light. They're temporarily blinded, and they're literally at your mercy for a few seconds. If someone comes in on you with night vision, you hit them with that light, they're blinded. I learned that the hard way, because we was coming in on somebody with night vision in Afghanistan, and they hit us with a light, and we were very vulnerable until we could see again. That's why now I would never do double-eyed night vision, only one eye.
Donald said a potato launcher with frozen potatoes works on werewolves.
Yeah. Whatever works. If it works, it's not stupid. Whatever works. I like a crossbow. I like a longbow. I like primitive stuff. It's not going to jam. I can count on it. I know right where to put the arrow to stop them. And I like projectile weapons. That way you can get them from a distance.
Oh, okay. Ivy says peppermint, aloe vera, what's that word?
I can't see it.
Cloves, ginger are also great for your stomach. And I always keep charcoal available in case
poisoning.
We get a stomach bug or a pet would ingest something bad.
Yeah. Anytime you suspect you've been poisoned, that charcoal. And most of those plants that you said we grow. I grow my own garlic. You just buy garlic from the store, put it in the ground, keep it watered. I got some growing right out there. I use garlic to help with my blood pressure. It don't help with my breath, but it helps my blood pressure a lot. And I would rather eat garlic than take blood pressure pills. They're just not healthy.
And also, I like to have that aloe vera on hand for when we get sunburns. Or I found out if you get shaved.
Or I found out if you have a hard time using the bathroom, I get that aloe vera and cut it open and squeeze that juice out of there. Then it helps me able to use the bathroom. It's a laxative.
Mm-hmm.
And we grow a lot of aloe vera.
Yeah, because it grows so easy.
Yeah, aloe vera is so easy to grow. We grow a lot of it. You just stick it in the ground and it grows. It's low maintenance. It's a great plant to grow. It's very handy. You can use it for a lot of things. I try to grow as much medicine as I can.
Hi, Sunfield. I'm glad you made it.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? If y'all have any other questions, just shoot them our way. Start scavenging. Don't pass up on any opportunity whatsoever. Anything you see that you may be able to use, now try not to end up on that show hoarders. But there is going to be a time when there's going to be a scarcity and you're going to need it. I mean, I know I'm going to end up needing that axe head.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm going to end up using that bob wire. I know I'm going to use that snare wire. I know I'm going to use those mason jars. And I got all of it for free. I just had to walk down the side of the road and look and see what people was throwing out.
Thanks, Ivy. I'm glad you enjoy our channel.
Thank you. We do our best. Again, we will never be late again. Apologize for that.
And Ivy, thank you so much for all your info.
Yes, you'll always please put as much information as you know. That helps everyone here.
And then Belle, I just wanted to, she said, thanks, American Preppers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We enjoy y'all. You know, this is therapy for all of us. And we are sharing information that can mean the difference between life and death.
Oh, and want to know what that TV show you want to be on. It's Alone.
The TV show Alone. I want to be on that show. I will win it. I could really use the money.
Yeah, he wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I really want to be on that show. I could really use that money. You know, I'm having, you know, well, I could use the money. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, times is getting tough. Everything's just cost so much. I'm having to spend so much on gas just to get back and forth to work because I cannot ride my motorcycle to where I work. The traffic there is too dangerous. I refuse to ride that road on my bike. I would get run over. So I have to take the car, and gas is so expensive. It's ridiculous. You know, this is self-sabotage. That you know, this price of gas is driving the price of everything up. It is absolutely beyond ridiculous.
Robert said, me need $1 billion lotto and me will share.
Hey, amen, brother. You know, when I win that Alone show, I'm paying off my mom's bills, my dad's bills, and mine and her bills, and the rest I will help people with.
At 400 said, looking for that snaring video any day. Thanks so much for the knowledge you share.
I definitely will make the snaring video now that I got the snaring wire that somebody was just throwing away. Maybe they just happen to have been watching the channel and say, oh, he needs some snaring wire. Let's throw it out by the road.
Robert said we would have our island.
Yeah, you know, you need, yes.
About winning the lottery.
Yeah. Well, if you got an island, then you can choose who you're allowed on there and not allowed on there. Japan, years ago, you know, a long time ago, any boats that landed on Japan, they took them out. They didn't allow no foreigners on that island. And then this guy Smith came along and shot off a lot of cannons, and they're like, whoa, we can't win this. So that's when they went from the sword to the gun, and that's what ultimately ended up at Pearl Harbor.
Robert said Survival Lily has some snaring videos.
Yeah, and she has a great channel too. And wow, she's got like 1 million subscribers. You know, if I thought me wearing a sports bra we get 1 million subscribers, I would do it. But yeah, she's really good. She I just watched a video of hers where a crossbow she made, and it was really good.
Andrew said you can do different series of videos, some of your garden, some of trapping, some of scavenging.
Yes, and if you go down my video, like I said, if you go down my video list, I have a lot of videos that I've made. I've been doing this for 5 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
So I have a lot of videos, past videos. Go to my playlist. I got a prepper video playlist. I got a foraging list. I do have a lot of videos on here. I can redo it all over again. Just because it's an old video doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
At 400, that axe head was a fine find.
That was. I was beside myself. I was like, I can't believe someone's just throwing this away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I felt like a little kid that found the golden Easter egg. I was so happy.
And then Robert mentioned that crossbow was wild.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that was. She did a good job with that. She did a good job with that. I will give her credit. That was a good crossbow. She did a fantastic job. She knows her stuff. She's good. It's not a competition for me. That's why I do bring up other people's channels. Bear Independent. It's a great channel.
Yeah, even yesterday we mentioned quite a bit of different channels that we even watch.
Yeah, we watch a lot of YouTube. AP, I'm definitely watching Angry Prepper. Like I said, because he just tells the truth. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't worry about people's sensitive little feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Autumnal Amber said, "Thank you for your service. My dad is a Vietnamese vet.
Vietnam vet.
Thank you. I could not talk.
So is my dad. My stepdad. He's a Vietnam vet. He does have PTSD too, and he's a good man. He's mean. Man, he's mean as hell. I take care of him the best I can. He's mean as hell. He's got to ride a lawnmower over there, but I push him out his yard. Because I'm not even messing with that riding lawnmower. He's just, he left the war, but the war never left him. But he has taught me a lot.
Robert said my cousins were.
I've had two stepdads that were Vietnam vets, and they both taught me a lot. Because I asked them a lot of questions. I wanted to know, how the VC fought. Because, that was guerrilla warfare, and they were very good at it. And I have learned a lot of way they build their traps and such. And they're very effective. They put up a good fight.
And they're tunneling.
Yeah.
What is that called?
Tunnel rats.
Tunnel rats. They were tunnel rats.
Guys that went down in the tunnels, that took a lot of courage. They would hang venomous snakes by their tail in them tunnels. That way if someone came along, they got bit in the face. Primitive weapons is the way to go.
Robert's dad was in World War II.
Wow. My hat's off to you, buddy.
His dad.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I know.
His dad's what brought him here.
Yeah.
That was a very brutal war. That you're lucky to be here, but you're lucky he survived that.
Amber said, I love listening to his stories. He flew a Ching Kong, some kind of helicopter.
I always wanted to learn how to fly a helicopter. I can fly a plane. Flying a helicopter, that that takes skill. She knows I want to build a.
Oh, he wants to do a helicopter so bad. And I got the number one time, long time ago, about a learn to fly and seeing if they did helicopters, but they
closed.
Yeah,
I would love to be a helicopter pilot. Old Duke's out there barking at something.
I know. Carolina, my brother-in-law did 3 tours in Vietnam. I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, 3 tours in Nam. He has a lot to teach. The fact that he is still alive, 3 tours, you can learn a lot from him. My dad over here, my stepdad, he did 3 tours. And I learned a lot from him. I just try not to be as mean as him.
Well, it doesn't help when he got shot in the eye.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy, you know. It's a family tradition to be kind of crazy, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. Robert was born in 1920.
Oh, wow. His dad.
Yes. Whoops, sorry.
I was thinking, say, yeah, his dad.
Yeah, his dad.
You know, the mere fact that that makes me a proud American. Okay, now we're coming up on the hour mark. I want to thank you all for being here. We appreciate y'all.
And thank you for all the comments. Hit the like button if you haven't liked it already.
You hit the like button, and if you could leave a comment on the regular comment section, help raise the algorithm, help the channel out to get this information out there. We really do appreciate y'all. And like I said, any questions, you know, I'll do my best to answer them. What you reading?
Just everybody saying thank you. Super survivalist educator. AH said adios. Robert, raised by the old school. LOL.
Yeah, I'm OG, old school, old gangster. With that, thank you for being here. It's the All-American Prepper.
Little Miss Prepper.
Stay strapped, stay ready, and have a blessed day. I told you.